Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Good Boxing Podcast with your host, Josh Stiles. And I'm going to jump right into this episode today. I had mentioned before I wanted to talk about all the fights that are going to happen this weekend. And I started off with the Lomachenko versus Nakatani. And now I want to talk about the other big 135-pounder, potentially. Well, we don't even know what he is right now, but we're talking about Gervonta Tank Davis. He's going to square off against a very formidable champion at 140 pounds, Mario Barrios. Now, I'm going to have to sit here and say, I'm going to walk back a little bit and kind of take a step back. I made a video before that I said I'm done with Gervonta Tank Davis because we were talking about the 135-pound division. It was the glorious time. Teofimo Lopez had just beat Lomachenko. You had Teo, you had Loma, you had Ryan Garcia, who had just had a fantastic victory over Luke Campbell. You had Devin Haney, who was in the mix, even though he got hurt. But the potential for the old days of the Kings of 135 pounds, or just the five Kings of any division, truthfully, seemed to kind of come back. It seemed like it was time to anoint the next generation of young, promising prospects turning into real contenders and champions. Fast forward, we literally have not made any progress towards that. You had Lomachenko make a bunch of excuses against Teofimo Lopez, right? Close fight, whatever you want to think. You had Ryan Garcia, not going to talk trash and bash the kid for his mental wellness choice to pull out of his fight against Javier Fortuna. But reality is he pulled out. So we don't know what's going on with Ryan Garcia. You had Devin Haney all of a sudden do well against Jorge Linares and then get stunned and for one round and 2 rounds look human. I mean, the kid was rocked. You saw him holding on for dear life, and people thought, hey, he had a bad performance. And people thought, hey, Devin Haney got exposed, etc. Then Tank Davis decided to move up to 140 pounds. And at that point, I got pissed off. I'm like, I don't get it. You have so much business to take care of at 135. Why go from 130 to jump 2 weight classes to 140 when you have perhaps one of the deepest divisions at your disposal where you can campaign, make a bunch of money? I got upset at it. Now, hindsight 2020, this is a pretty good fight for Tank Davis. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I've gone down the Mario Barrios rabbit hole, and this is a tougher fight than I expected for Gervonta Tank Davis. So kudos to Tank Davis. I know what you're trying to do in terms of legacy. This is going to be your 4th weight class that you're a titleist. And again, Tank Davis doesn't go backwards. He's fighting again on pay-per-view. So at first, I didn't think this fight was warranted for pay-per-view. But when I looked at the film, Mario Barrios is no joke. Barrios is actually going to be a test for Gervonta Tank Davis. I know people are going to say, oh, I'm wrong, or he's cherry picking. Barrios is too straight up. He gets hit a lot. He struggled against Akhmedov. Yes. He likes to trade. Yes, he's bigger, but he's slow. Yes, all these things are true, right? But upon watching the deep dive, more and more, I think Barrios is actually going to pull off the upset. I'm not going to sit here and bet my life savings on it. I'm not going to even tell you to go bet your money on it. I'm not going to sit here and prognosticate that I'm like 100% sure about it. I think I'm like 55, 45 on it. But for the most part, I think Barrios has what it takes to shock Tank Davis. And you know what? I respect Tank Davis for taking this fight so much more. And the reason being is this. Every time Barrios has fought a lefty, I saw him struggle a little bit. But now that he's been working with Virgil Hunter, I like Virgil's philosophies when he's fighting lefties. I like his approaches. If you saw what Andre Ward did against Chad Dawson, if you see the way he's fought lefties, and he understands how to attack a lefty. Everyone thinks, hey, go to the left. But Virgil Hunter has a very disciplined approach where he has you use your jab, find range, go to the body with that stick or go to the body with that right hand. Find your range, walk over to the right, rest your head on your opponent's shoulder, turn, constantly step over, constantly turn. I like his approaches for the fight. Now, with Barrios particularly, he is substantially, and I mean substantially taller than Tank Davis. Barrios, I understand why they took the fight and they think it's easy pickings, but I think with the time off and some time with Virgil Hunter, he was able to work on those weaknesses. I've been watching the video of him training, and you could clearly see that against Akhmedov, he had moments where he popped up too high. He wasn't staying low and long. He would just pop up with his hands down, and Rakhmedov was able to come forward and hit him. Like he was very herky jerky, but you're talking about someone that's 140, has speed, and was able to close the gap quickly. Tank Davis has a substantial deficiency in height in this fight, length as well. Barrios can isolate Tank Davis, step on that back foot, and if he could be disciplined, I do think Barrios can outbox Tank Davis, especially if Davis doesn't walk him down early or Davis doesn't get inside the way he wants. Tank has showed moments where mentally it looks like he just gets out the fight. And I think if Barrios can take advantage of that, get some early rounds in the bank, and never let Tank Davis walk him down, cover the body, be smart, be disciplined, lean on Tank Davis. You're the bigger dude. Lean on him, hold him, rough him up a little bit, get him frustrated, have him swinging those hard, wild shots. Protect the body specifically. Because I'll tell you one thing, the high guard with Tank Davis is a horrible idea. But at the same time, I do think Barrios is going to outbox Tank Davis. I said it. I think Barrios, after me hating the fight for Tank, saying, oh, it's easy pickings, I watched a lot of his tape and he has a nice disciplined jab. He could bend his knees, stay down. His right to the body, and then the way he kind of turns off using the triangle. I think he's going to disrupt what Tank likes to do. Tank is going to have his hands up and try to walk him down, try to use head movement. But as long as Barrios focuses on the target, jab him to the chest, put your arm on his head, turn him, bring his head down, hold him, break. Tank Davis still has to negate a tremendous reach gap. And if Barrios moves, doesn't waste energy, doesn't just stand there like he did with Rakhmonov, you're going to see the best version of Mario Barrios, right? The problem with his fight where he knocked the guy down early, he got confident and wanted to get that guy out there and stop doing what he did. I'm telling you, with Tank Davis, you will see the sharpest, most focused Barrios. He's not going to get hit with a lot of those wild shots that other people get hit with. Leo Santa Cruz, a lot smaller, but still lengthy, tall. You saw him give issues to Tank. Yes, he got knocked the fuck out. 100%. I give you that. He threw 3 right hands in a row. Davis hit him with a hook. But it's different when you have someone that's 140, starts jabbing you, can keep you at bay, and your size and strength. Yes, you carry a punch. I've heard Gervonta Tank Davis is knocked out in the gym, 160 pounders. Yes, Tank Davis punches hard. But Barrios is still the bigger man, and he's been hit harder. I could assure you that. He's been sparring partners for Amir Khan. He's seen speed. Davis is going to need to close that gap and try to walk him down. And I feel like he could run into an uppercut. I feel like he could run into a short right hand or a right uppercut, go to Tank's body, really see, like, hey, are you in shape? Because at 140, now he hasn't had to really, really cut weight. And I know a lot of people feel like, oh, you don't put that much stress on your body. But there are weight classes for a reason. And I look for Barrios to really impose his weight on Tank Davis. Be smart, use that jab, stay on the outside, throw some uppercuts, go to Tank's body. And you just got to win 7 out of 12. Do you have to outbox him for 12 out of 12? Is Tank going to have success? Can Tank hurt Barrios? Yes. Absolutely. Tank Davis still has dynamite in his hands. However, if you never let the dynamite go off, dynamite is just material in a bag or a box or whatever. If the bomb never goes off, there's no explosion and you're safe. So, Barrios, Virgil Hunter, focus, use the jab, step over to the right, step over to the left, throw that right hand to the body. Be long, be tall. The shorter man has to still step to you. The shorter man has dynamite in his hands. Don't be there to get hit with the dynamite or the bricks in his hands. And I think Barrios can do it. He has a good chin. He's been hit. I've seen him wobbled. Yes, I see when he gets tired, this kid was able to walk him down and hit him to the body. But we're not talking about someone that had 8 fights. In Barrios' mind, he didn't give a fuck about who he fought. Tank Davis, everyone's saying, hey, this guy's gonna knock you out. You're a paper champion. This kid's gonna be 4 times champion. I don't think so. Barrios is gonna pull it off. And that's the episode for today. Smash that like button, hit that dislike button if you don't like what I have to say. Comment, respond. I'm always open to dialogue. And truthfully, if you think Tank's gonna win, I don't blame you. Tank's a fucking beast. He has power in both hands. But I've seen him struggle when someone makes it hard for him. And let's see, with all the pressure on Tank Davis, pay-per-view, you haven't fought in a while. This isn't Leo Santa Cruz, right? You're facing a guy with some dynamite in his hands, who's taller, who's lengthy. And truthfully, if he boxes, I don't see Tank Davis being able to beat him. So that's the episode for today. Follow on Instagram at Good Boxing Podcast. And thank you very much. Have a good day. Be well.